It's the JT Cho Show!
10, 9,
8,
6,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everybody. Today is the 19th of March. Again, happy birthday, Earl. Again, 2 episodes in one day. I told you, we're all in this together. Episode 22. The JT Show. Last episode that I just did like 10 minutes ago was One Piece. I got my dinner kind of like situated while I was editing the other video. Let the dogs out. We're here to talk about so much stuff. Coronavirus. I've been off the air for too long. I can be free. The last one I talked about anime, had a great time. If you don't like anime, thanks for tuning in for the JT Show episode 22. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Venmo, JT of Jville. Hit me up on Insta, JT of Jville, JTofJville.com, JT of Jville. I want to do shirts eventually. Once I hit episode 25, maybe I'll do shirts. Maybe first order of shirts, dude. You know, so if you want a shirt, let me know. Starting to get this little, starting to get this little under chin right here. I'm letting my hair shag out because, coronavirus. And so I started getting a little bit of this. I just ordered a brand new pair of running shoes. Super excited about those. I'll show you those. I'll do a little unboxing. Maybe not really unboxing for the first time, but I'll be like, ooh, shoes. But I ordered those coming in the mail. I like my shoes to be a little flashy sometimes. I do like all black running shoes, but I like the bright colored ones. War Machine's broadcasting right now. Let me shoot up a text to him. Because we're going to be talking about a lot of subjects today. And COD is one of them. Anyways, so. Lots happening right now. Right now, Todd Gurley, this is what time I'm recording it. Todd Gurley just got cut. My prediction, 2022, Sean McVay is going to get fired from the Rams. In 2 more years, he'll be fired. I'm calling it right now on the JT Show episode 22. So I'm calling that right now. No sense of fashion. If you're not just listening and you're watching this on my YouTube page, I did change my shirt. I just shot a podcast. I was like, hey, I'll just wear a tie and a stupid hat because I didn't do my hair, and I'm not going to comb it. I'm definitely not going to slick it back. And I'm not even wearing a matching watch strap because I don't care. So a lot's happening in the NFL. Tom Brady, you've heard it from a million people, to Tampa. Crazy, has arguably one of the best receiving core. Antonio Brown is rumored to follow. Now Todd Gurley might follow too. And Melvin Gordon could possibly follow. Tampa Bay could be a contender out of nowhere. Coach Bruce, he has this opportunity to take this team to the Super Bowl now. He hardly had to do any work. He was like, look at all the terrible things I did with the Cardinals. Boom, bam. I can't believe, I can't believe that, the Buccaneers, who, by the way, I went down to Florida, chilled with my boys, and I was in the Bay Area, I was in Tampa's zone, and those fans are they're excited all the heck about them Buccaneers. It's good to see. Sometimes Florida teams fail because no one really cares to watch Florida. They're there for vacations, but it's nice to see the actual residents actually turn on more TVs to the Bucs games. We all want to watch the Bucs here, even though there's a slew of people from vacationing all over and they had designated TVs. It was still dope because a lot of the people were like, Tampa, we're here to watch Tampa. We're in Tampa. Why isn't Tampa? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what B-Dubs does. Big play Slay to the Eagles, but he wanted to get big paid Slay, so the Lions are out the door. Here's some trash. We'll take it. The Bears sign Foles maybe already, but there's trade rumors talks, and they're just shooting themselves in the foot. Honestly, Green Bay, the Vikings, they had these 5 people that were, they had 5 young 4-year contracts at least at the minimum of offense, and Diggs is out. He's in Buffalo. Can Kirk get it done? I don't know. Not much evidence. Diggs is on his way out. Thielen's going to have to step up. The Lions, Slay's gone. Probably draft somebody coming up for secondary. We don't know who. Stafford's staying for sure. Green Bay, we signed a couple linemen. We signed the linebacker. We're doing some deals here and there. But the Bears are just kind of shooting themselves in the foot, They're kind of just yeah, Nick Foles is the answer. I don't know, So like it's really funny to see um, kind of like all this chaos happening and how you're like, where's Cam Newton going? And the Panthers are like, we signed Bridgewater and we are allowing him to do trades, and he's like in this like SpongeBob font, he's like, this is all on you. I love Carolina. Why am I getting kicked out? Where's he gonna go? Who are the Patriots gonna have at quarterback? Um, I saw a hilarious fake meme where Andrew Luck. I sent it here. Let me send it to a new group of people. Uh, it was Andrew Luck coming out of retirement, and he was playing for the Patriots. And if you're a Patriots fan, boy, does it make your face smile up. But it's fake, and it's a really funny picture to send to people because it's not true, and people freak out. But there's so much chaos happening. I love this time. And football's great. Like, yeah, the XFL is cool. We get to watch some more hits for a couple more weeks. I've only watched 2 weeks worth. I've only watched about 3 games total while I was distracted by something else. I can't just sit there and watch an XFL game like I can just sit there and watch an NFL game. So you get all these teams on, they're trading draft picks, and they're fishing, they're shopping, they're doing all these things. Who are you going after? Where's Tua going? What are the Dolphins doing? Um, who are the Jets going to sign? Where's Melvin Gordon going to end up? Tom Brady, will he do it? Will the Patriots be back? Is there a system quarterback? Are the Patriots tanking for Trevor Lawrence? Yes, 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 100% yes. This is Bill Belichick's ultimate scheme. He said, Brady, if you love him, you gotta let him go. Adios. Like fucking sayonara. My hair is disgusting. I haven't washed it today. Get off my ass. But Bill Belichick, this is his ultimate scheme. He's about to say, Trevor Lawrence, I'm coming for you. And Joe, and Burrow's going to Cincinnati for sure. And where's Andy Dalton going to end up? And the Colts also signed Phillip Rivers to a 1-year deal. So the Chargers, they're wide open. Who's going there? Mariota went over to the Las Vegas Raiders. Say that first time without thinking hard about it. So just the storylines are unimaginable, and it's just the start. And then the draft's going to come out, and then there's going to be rookies in team camps, which I predict that they're going to do. They're going to push it back. They're still going to do it in June with no fans whatsoever. And then towards the NFL season, I would get rid of, if it gets pushed back, if spring training gets pushed to June, let's get rid of a preseason game. Let's just take it out. Let those players get the right amount of rest they need. It's all about the players. A 16-game schedule is brutal enough. Please, let these players rest. But if it gets pushed, drop a preseason game so they're not dying. But the NFL's still doing their business. But the coronavirus came in, and it's mad wild. Like, everyone thought it was a joke, and the spread rate is why it's so scary. And people are like, you're insensitive to older people because you're like, oh, only if you're old, you're dead. People are like, oh, old people are still people, and you're just like, shut up. Wash your hands, toilet paper. Man, I can't believe grocery stores either. Like, I have been just watching so many videos and actually going to the grocery store. Like, I was like, man, I could use some ammonia to wash my clothes with. And all sold out. Complete aisles gone. Milk. I saw milk. Milk. But I saw milk completely sold out. I was pretty upset. Oat milk, that's selling out too. I've just never seen that. My parents have never seen a rush like this, and the madness of people and people who are hoarding milk. And how you gonna drink? I saw a picture on the internet of a woman buying vitamin D milk. She bought 12 gallons. Okay, that's gonna expire 3 weeks tops. Are you freezing it? Is this milk probably gonna go to waste? Because Earl, his wife, his woman, Molly bought 3 gallons of milk. She's like, you drink a gallon of milk every other day. You drink a lot of milk. We did drink a lot of milk growing up. He would have to bring milk over to my house because my dad said, you're drinking all the milk. If Earl's coming over, he's bringing his own milk. So that's still requiring him to drink a half gallon of milk 6 days straight, essentially. finish it in according time. But he's having his birthday party. I can't attend. I have work. So sorry. But they're going to be like, maybe getting saucy. And then he's going to be like, okay, well, everyone drink an 8-ounce glass of milk for dinner because I've got 3 gallons of it. And the only other thing he had to drink that night, to drink, was Vernors. And I was like, she had 3 Vernors. Who has 3 Vernors? Who doesn't just buy 1 Vernors? Who needs a 12-pack of Vernors? Who's worried that they're sitting there at their home and they're like, oh man, I hope I have enough Vernors for me and my 11 other fucking friends who enjoy drinking more than 1 Vernors. Like, I've never like drank a Vernors and like, oh boy, I could go for another Vernors, But speaking of pop, we're all over the place today. We don't care. Speaking of pop, call it soda, call it what you want. Look, I'm getting this right here. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm grabbing my under chin fat that's developing. So essentially, I'm still like right around 222 like every single day, but like I've just been eating like crap, and then like yeah, cool, I'm staying at that weight, but like I guess the muscle mass, but like I'm becoming more droopy. I need to do a cleaner cut instead of just maintaining what I'm doing. So right now, I just started doing rice and protein. So rice and chicken, rice and tuna. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to eat like that until Cut comes and visits, and we're going to do some podcasts with him. I'm going to have that cheat week, so that's going to be in like a month. So in a month, I'm having no pop. I'm having nothing but rice and protein. Some vegetables here and there, but realistically, just I'm getting my carbs from the rice, and then protein from the tuna or the chicken, and I'm going to eat nothing but that clean meal. I already got stuff at work where you warm it up in a bag for 1:30. Yeah, the sodium's a little high, but, I'm just going to be drinking a lot of water, too, because I'm quitting pop, and it's so tough. So I'm doing a clean cut. Cut's going to show up. That's a cheat week. Maybe we might do, like, a little video of places we eat and stuff like that. But, that's a cheat week. Then right back on the cut. Order these running shoes. I'm going to be running all the time. My goal is to run every single day. There's no reason you can't. Yeah, you need a rest day every once in a while. But once those shoes, like, it was raining today, and, again, I have this stuff going on today. But once those shoes come in, which should be after my 3-day weekend at work, that's when I start running every single day till he gets here. Again, he'll get here, probably take a couple days off. But when he leaves, again, I'm going to be running every single day. So once June finally comes out and everyone can go outside of their little bubble zones, like I'll be hopefully 210 pounds and just like looking pretty lean. Stand-up comedy right now. At the moment, Corona shutting down clubs, can't have more than 50 people gathering. Not that there's always that many people total, but I've been staying in. Like I don't mind running because you're running outside, but just don't go to gatherings and stuff like that. So I'm still writing. I've written. Dumbest person you ever meet with a master's. So I have wrote more jokes since the last time, and I touched on this in one of my previous podcasts, but I hit up my group of friends who actually listen because they're my audience, and I was like, hey, anything you want me to talk about today? Because I'm doing back-to-back podcasts because the coronavirus, and one of them said, oh, how do you like write jokes about sensitive topics? And he's talking about Ari, who wrote this joke about Kobe Bryant, and like, there's comics that are daring to push the line, and that's their job, and I understand that. There's also, there's certain comics that can I don't like calling it getting away with it, and I don't like calling it that they earn the respect for it. I want to say that they've developed the material and crafted it to that level. So, not that they deserve to say it, but if you've taken the time to write a joke that's really funny and it's dark, then you should be able to tell it, as long as we know that you don't really mean it and that you're kind-hearted, and that sometimes people can't differentiate between your persona up on stage and your persona off stage. This Ari was known for doing it, but man, Kobe Bryant's Kobe Bryant, man. He's one of those guys that are almost untouchable. Like, you could probably say the same thing about Anne Frank. People are like, Anne Frank jokes, but for a group of people, like, those are also sensitive jokes. So for Kobe Bryant, who just unfortunately passed away, That's like adding gasoline to a fire. He's kind of gone in this hiatus. He hasn't been really out and about recently, so his special's coming out. There's a lot of specials coming out. I'm going to watch the Burt Kreischer special. I'll do a review on that for my next podcast, probably Monday. We'll talk about some more, but basically, like, it's not like, you go out and like, I want to write the most racist joke ever, but there's certain elements and jokes that you like craft and develop, and you've just got to work it right to when you deliver the joke, it's clean, it's educated, the audience knows where it's coming from. Because I mean, there are some comics where you're like, dude, the jokes that you're telling, like, you can tell that, like, you probably really did say those things. So it's not like, every time I write a joke, I'm like, oh no, like, I'm gonna get yelled at. Like, yeah, sometimes you write a joke that's like, I mean, sometimes you just write a joke that's a little dark, and then you've just got to work it out. And if that's the route that you want to go, then that's the route that you want to go. So that was a question from Frank the Tank. So, go. I forget what episode it was, but it was right around the Kobe Bryant death. So just backtrack it. There's probably a better way of saying that. The day that Kobe Bryant unfortunately passed away. But anyways, just shot a podcast. I've been blown through One Piece. I'm on episode 501. Started at December 23rd, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I finished the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, and then I've been reading The Empire of the Rising Sun. I know I talked about that a little bit, but it's crazy. Good read. Education. My friends were roasting me the way I described it, but I like learning. So I've already gone through like my new cut that I started today, because I already ate the last frozen pizza yesterday, so I knew I was gonna like start cutting today. So it's just basically like 100 grams of carbs, and then it's not really a keto, but it's like rice for the carbs and then protein. And you only need so much protein. I'm not gonna be eating so much protein that like, it's kind of like when you waste protein, when you're eating too much protein, and then your body can't process it, so you go poop a lot. So it's kind of like that, but I don't want that. But I might look into meal replacement shakes too, because again, I'm trying to do 2 cups of rice and whatever meat, 1 serving of meat, and I'm trying to do that for 30 days. And people, if you listen to it and you're like, oh, that's not a healthy diet, you're gonna die. It's just a 30-day cut. I'm gonna assess where I'm at. I'm not drinking pop. It's probably the hardest addiction I've ever had in my entire life. Like back in the day, like I remember, we used to have one pop. Here's a pop history, by the way. History of pop for me. When my family was a single income family, when my mother was full time watching my brother and I at home, when my dad worked a lot of overtime and stuff, you could tell that we had a good paycheck when we could go to the store and get Pepsi or Coke. I might have mentioned this before, but when times were a little tough, we would get Faygo. So, anyways, it was, we went shopping every 2 weeks, 2 growing hungry boys. My mom and dad I was very fortunate to have parents that, could do all the things that they did for me. And they would say, okay, you got a 12-pack of pop, it's pop a day. So you get 1 pop a day. Or sometimes you get a 24-pack, it's 1 pop a day. They'd buy it for the month. But if you drank all your pop before the next time you went shopping, you got to wait. So it sucks. And so, I started out with 1 pop a day, and that was like in the 4th grade. And then, you're drinking 2 pops a day. And then in high school, you're kind of unhealthy. And then you get to college, you're drinking like 9 pops a day. And in college, I exited at 260 pounds. Crazy. But I drink like 1 a day right now. I drink like almost 20 ounces of pop a day. And then sometimes I can just kill a 2-liter like of diet, not Diet Coke, a Coke Zero or Pepsi Max. So I realized like that addiction to like that carbonated beverage is starting to get to the point where it's unhealthy for me. It's like I've lost complete control of not drinking so much pop. So I'm just going to cut it out of my life for now. So hopefully I can cut it out, like, period, because, that's how you get kidney stones. There's a lot of negative side effects to pop. It's not a healthy drink. It's delicious, and there's nothing better than Pepsi out of the can. But again, I've switched from non-sugar to sugar pops and non-sugar pops because, I drink pop, and sugar pop is just going to add more lumps to the side of my already tire that's developing around my midsection. But I was thinking, man, dude, I could probably do heroin. I'm never going to do heroin, Okay, disclaimer: don't do heroin. Please don't do heroin. Heroin's bad. But I was like, man, I could probably do heroin once because people who say they do heroin say that you get addicted after your first time. I think I would be like, oh, that was gross. Like, I don't want to do that. I think that would be easier for me to quit than pop right now. It's day one, and I'm gonna get into a situation where it's either high stress or I'm thirsty and I've drank too much water and I don't. I mean, I'm drinking teas again. Like, I'm continuing to drink teas, but like without honey or anything. I just drink it straight up. Who cares? No big deal. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, like, some people add sweeteners. I don't add sugar or anything. I just drink the hot tea. Um, Something's gonna happen. Some stressful situation. There's a lot of stress going on in the world right now, and something's gonna happen where I'm gonna be like, wow, I just want to pop. That's gonna make me feel better. That's gonna make me internally. That's gonna chemically change me on the inside to say, I'm happy. Like, it brings joy, and it's weird, and it's chemically altered. It's like sometimes the pop for me, coronavirus, is like so rewarding. Like, me and Earl used to play basketball in church league. We'd bring our like Gatorades. I only drink Powerade, like, P2s or whatever. I drink no sugar Powerades too. I'm trying to cut more sugar out of my life, and that's why I'm going this super clean cut. No more sneaking candy bars either. But yeah, so me and Earl used to play basketball, and we drink our Gatorades, and we get done, and we'd stop by this gas station, and we'd get like 44-ounce Pepsis, man, or Mountain Dews, and we just drank that on the way back. And like, right after you just get done playing basketball, and you're sweaty, and you're kind of dehydrated, what's the first thing? Well, how about 44 ounces of pop? You know? But hopefully I can kick it. It's day one. Maybe I'll do some like tweet follows and we'll talk about it. But I drove to the store today. I bought some groceries from Target. I got a free couch from my parents' neighbors. I appreciate it. I'm going to buy them a nice bottle of wine. I'm not a wine expert. I'm going to have to. If you do know like a good, I'm going to say $50 bottle or under bottle of wine. If you know a good wine, maybe like a rosé, not a dry red wine because nobody wants to drink that shit. But if you've got like a good wine that's about $50 or under, probably like I want to say $35 to $50 range. So we'll go 30 to 60. So if you know a bottle of wine that's good, that's like a rosé, that's like not a dry red wine, between the prices of $30 and $60, hit me up on Twitter or text me if you got my number. Hit me up. Let me know what that bottle's called because I want to give them a thank you card because they gave me some awesome plates, some meat platters. My pool table now is going to have a lamp over it that we're going to install. So I'm going to have a hanging light over my pool table, and that's going to be awesome. He gave me a couch. Let me tell you about that couch, man. Sat down in it one time already. I've been busy today. I cleaned the kitchen up. I went shopping. I got the dogs a baby bed. And because I'm going to build a frame for it. They like sitting next to the window, but I got rid of my old love seat. I didn't get rid of it. I just moved it out because, it's old and the animals got to it, and I bought a cover for it. But that's on, like, withhold from, like, China, so I don't know if that's coming over with the coronavirus. I have no idea there. But anyways, I, like, really gutted my living room today and, like, rearranged it, and I sat down on that couch for probably, like, 5 minutes, and I was like, yo, this couch, you melt into it, dude. You do not stay awake. Like, that couch is going to be deadly. Like, if I'm having trouble sleeping in my bed, which I never do because, dude, I sleep like a log, baby. Just, like, good night. Like, I am out. Like, I'd say, like, once every, like, 180 days, probably. Like, I have one bad night of sleeping where I'm just, like, my eyes are closed and I just can't sleep. But the rest of the days are just, like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, yeah, it's only 1 o'clock in the morning. I can just, like, watch anime for 2 hours and then I can just go to sleep. And I'll get through like the first episode of anime, and it'll be like 1:30, and I'll be like, so I'll be like, oh yeah, I should go to sleep for sure. I just think that's hilarious. But anyways, I created this like false rumor, by the way. So I bought this baby bed because it was on sale and it was at Target, and a good dog bed price is $50, and this was like $35. So I bought this baby bed. I bought a cover for it. And then I bought some rice. I already had tuna here. I didn't need to buy any of that. And I was checking out, and this old lady's like, oh, looks like your little baby's growing up to a big boy or big girl bed because she didn't assume the gender. And I was just like, actually, These are for my dogs. So I had to tell this old lady that, like, yeah, I'm buying this infant bed for my dogs because I'm 29 years old, and I don't have kids. I'm a loser. I'm a loser. But I'm not tied down, so I bought him a dog bed because so I can move that love seat out of there. I put that in my kitchen, so now I have more hangout space for my friends, and I'm buying a couch cover for that, so that's gonna look really nice when that finally comes in. Um, and then they're giving me some bedroom furniture. So yeah, so I want to buy them a nice bottle of wine and a thank you card, even though they just do it because my parents helped them out. But it's still I'm getting a bunch of like awesome stuff in your first home. Like I don't have a wife yet, and like I'm not married, and I'm not like building a home together. I'm like just taking scraps of people's stuff for free because like that's the best way to get stuff. Like my table is my old roommate Pepper's table that I sanded down to the bare bone, and then I restained it lighter and repainted the legs black. So like I got a free table, and I fixed the corner. So shout out to Pepper for that. V, I gave him a free couch, but he ruined it because his dog is stupid. So I was glad to get rid of that couch, but that's what you do. You just pass couches and stuff to people. But my original two couches, my love seat, they're from the military. I just got this free. It's a lazy boy. It's a recline. It's two reclining seats, and I set it against the wall. So right now, when I watch TV, I can lay down on it. But it is a couch that you will get slumped on. You will melt into that furniture. It is a leather though, so like in the summer, if you're hot and sticky, you're gonna stick to that couch, and it's gonna be uber cold. But man, when you throw that, if you're like a little sunburn on and your air conditioner is like nice and 68 degrees, I set it to 72. But if your air conditioner's on and you're feeling pretty cool, or you got the windows open, insulated at night, dude, you throw a hoodie on, and there's no more comfortable of a couch when you're wearing a soft hoodie on a cold leather couch in like the middle of June. You know what I'm saying? Like that is one of the best feelings skin wise that you can feel at this moment of time. Um, so Call of Duty, let's start talking about that. Let me take a big swig of water. Again, I've been talking. My other one was an hour and 10 minutes. I've got to like learn to talk more, so build up that voice, write more for stand up. I'm not 30 yet, but I'm still giving myself till 35, so we got a long journey to go. I'm making 100 of these. We're almost at 25. Thanks for sticking with me. We're talking about Call of Duty. Let me tell you about this. This game mode is a little sticky, kind of based off of PUBG. There's a lot of things. This is still a beta, but oh my god, am I about to get lost in the sauce. Everyone's playing it. Hulk John, aka Ratjar, aka yeah, is downloading Call of Duty. Why? Because Animal Crossing's coming out, and his girl's all about Animal Crossing, so she's gonna have his Switch, and he played with Joe, I assume, at Joe's house when we all went over to hang out. So I'm assuming that he liked it enough that he's gonna buy it to kill some time because Animal Crossing out. And we'll take a little side note right here. I'm not gonna get Animal Crossing because I'm already busy enough. I don't have time for Animal Crossing. I'm still playing The Witcher little by little. I know I promised to do more with that, but it's just I don't know. I might have to do it with a different game. Ket's also coming down. We're gonna stream an entire galactic battle with each other. That's like the weird vibrations in my roof, and sometimes it sounds really creepy. But there's just so much to do. Like I'm still beating Odyssey. I still haven't beat that. I need to give my Switch more time. Uh, so I won't be buying Animal Crossing, but we're gonna be back to Modern Warfare. So back to Modern Warfare. There's two game modes. There's the regular battle royale. You can do solos now. There's 3-man teams, so it's 3-man squads, 150 total, cross-platform, PlayStation, Xbox, Superior Race PC, which I play Xbox because I'm Team Xbox. I'm still gonna probably try to buy a PC. If I'm gonna buy a streaming PC so I can stream, so I can do this more. Because this is what I enjoy. I'm trying to find a job where right now I can, still work, still get a hard day's work, make enough money to support me, so then I can do my hobbies, which is comedy and streaming. And then somehow I get discovered where people are paying me to do comedy, and I'm also streaming on the side because I like to stream. I like to play video games. I like to be involved with the community. So those are things that I really enjoy. But Call of Duty, it's got two game modes. It's got one game mode where you're doing the battle royale, and then the second game mode is I keep thinking it's the money grab game, and it's got a weird name to it. but Call of Duty, when you first play it, yeah, it says it's a beta right off the bat, but there's a lot of PUBG elements, and they intertwine some of the maps within the maps. So like you'll get maps from the okay, gotta screenshot this. He sent me how to do a Chidori screenshot. Thanks, Cut. It was dope. But wow, that Chidori, it's a bunch of hand movements, and it completely threw me off. Anyways, but yeah, I just have so much on my plate. I can't get lost in the sauce. But the second game mode for Call of Duty, it's a money grab game. First one to 1 million. We've taken second, fifth, and then top 10. Do contracts in the game, which keeps the pace moving, which I like. So even in the normal battle royale, let's talk about that first. And let me figure out what this other game mode's called too, so I quit sounding like a fucking idiot, man. Because I mean, I'm used to sounding like a fucking idiot. Sorry that I dropped the F bombs. If you swear like 3 times in a row, you get demonetized on YouTube automatically. But I'm not even making money off this stuff in the first place. So whatever. But I just hope they don't delete my account, because I'm pouring my heart and soul into it. Call of Duty Warzone, and then type in money. Plunder. So you're plundering. You're a pirate. One Piece plunder. The normal battle royale though, like it's a little blocky to drive, and if you have a pro controller, I have an original pro controller. It doesn't drive as well, so you have to like constantly flick the trigger back up, so you're not using any mods on the triggers to drive your car faster. So I'm not really a fan of that. The game mode itself, it's huge. I like the map. I wish the circle would drop after everyone would drop, so I wish the plane would still have the direct path across the map, and then I wish when the plane finally disappeared, then the circle would appear instead of the circle appearing and everybody just dropping into the circle. I like. Oh man, let's talk about the gulag or the goulash or whatever you call it. We like to call it. I'm in the goulash, like. I like to say, that's what all my friends say, and I went to work, and one of my coworkers actually, he's like, "You been to the goulash?" And I was like, "Dude, that's so funny, dude, because that's all we call it is the goulash." But once you die the first time, right? So it's got a 15-minute timer, I think, or sometimes more, where if you die for one time, you get dragged into this like pit, and then you fight your way out of that pit in a 1v1 to gain your life back, and nothing's more satisfying. The memes are fire right now for that. When you win, you're like, oh, I'm coming back. You're getting pistol kills. You're getting shotty kills. You're getting cheap kills. Sometimes you don't fire first, and sometimes you walk in there and you smack them. When you're waiting, your teammates can actually help you call out where these other people are at. So they're like, oh, hey, by the way, back right from your spawn. So whenever we play Call of Duty, what we do is when you're set up and you're playing 2v2s, because we played a lot of 2v2s, we try to stay, hey, this is all business, like this right here, this is all business, we're not talking about Aunt Sally, we're not talking about nothing, we're talking about, hey, from our spawn side, we're going to describe this map saying back left, back right, their spawn, our spawn, right from our spawn, we are all about calling out. So when you're battling in the goulash 1v1, your partner can throw rocks along with everybody else to hit the other people, and or they can also describe the movement. So as soon as you're starting, they're saying, hey, back middle. Like we've got names for every little section on the map. So you've got somebody else looking over, so that's kind of an advantage to have. So I think that's really cool. The pace of the game, it's big map, so much to push. They've got vehicles, they've got I love bounties. It's a hilarious meme with a bounty, like your next bounty is to eliminate John Wick, and the guy's face, man, my nose itches, but the guy, he was giving that worried look, like, oh shit, that's John Wick, you know what I'm saying? But it keeps, hey, we just opened up a bounty, and now we're pushing this team that's trying to run away, because whoever wins gets the money. You can buy loadouts, which is dope. You can essentially buy your teammates back if you lose in the goulash, and then you can keep advancing, find gas mask, and the zones, they eventually speed up, I believe, to it's faster pace for me at the end. And then I like how it closes faster than the other game modes. Like I'm talking about Apex, like there's a final close, no, it just closes. It like very briefly stops maybe and then closes. I don't know. We won the first day. Jeff cut and I. It was great. Um, but Plunder's also a great game. You can do more contracts. You can kill enemy teams. They have it set up to where if you're in first place, you have a crown, and there's little circle zones, and second and third have money bags, and that's how you know where like the top three are at, and that's how you know like how to track. And you can do contracts, and the more contracts to do, the more money that you earn. You can do high like value targets, extracting money. There's so much like they took like some good elements out of the division. They took some good elements out of heist, and they like took a bunch of really awesome stuff and they shoved it into a multiplayer that sometimes lasts like 25 minutes, sometimes 20. There's bonus rounds. I'm not. We've taken second. That's the best we took at $780,000 deposited. There's so much that goes on in that game mode. It's wild. But you definitely have to have a third for that. But Call of Duty right now, breaking records, having millions. I think it was like 8 million people play the very first day. I was playing the very first day. I was like, dude, this, like people at work, Rat Jar, Joe's got it. They had to do like the 50 gig update load that you do. You know, like it was like 50 gigs to upload the next one. Uh, once once they released the battle royale, they did a huge update. It took like 9 years if you had bad internet. So if you haven't played COD Warzone, I would strongly suggest that you go play COD Warzone. It's fun. A lot of people are playing with me right now. It's great. It's great to have a third. We're gonna play with Jeff at 6 o'clock today. Can't wait. Nobody saw that. So we go back to the Corona scare, right? Rapid spread rate. They're limiting people to how many functions. The NBA is on full shutdown. Kevin Durant has it. Mad Wild. The NHL stopped. They've canceled. Like Scott Van Pelt did an awesome thing for senior night because a lot like this, you might have seen Vince Carter's last game. Mark Cuban, he kind of led this thing where he's going to pay for the people of his stadium, and all these other teams are following that motion to help keep these people who work there for their full income. They're still helping them get the money they need because people still need to pay their bills. There's talk of government support. That'd be wild, and there's really funny memes to follow that too. But it's so crazy. Like the Masters got pushed back. Um, like such an impact on sports and people like the reaction from people is crazy. Like people are like, oh, there's no sports on tonight. Like, oh yeah, sports is exciting, and I get lost in the sauce and hockey and playoffs and even playoffs and for the NBA, and there's good games, there's good matchups, and like the NFL season and every Sunday and college football, I'm all about it. But at the same time, like there's so many more hobbies to do. I'm fat. I need to work out more. Once these shoes come on, I'm trying to run for either like at least 5 miles a day or at least an hour. I'm gonna be sacrificing a little bit more sleep, but eating healthier and doing a mad cut. So once summer comes along, hopefully I'm looking pretty good. All the gyms are closed down. Coronavirus panic is at an all-time high because people keep buying toilet paper at grocery stores, even though like everybody keeps making jokes that you don't need to buy all this paper at toilet paper at grocery stores. It's it's weird too because people who believe in conspiracies are like, oh, the government's just trying to keep you inside so they can change the batteries and all the birds that are watching you. I'm like, can you stop? I'm just trying to survive Corona. I'm not trying to think about what aliens are trying to sneak past us. Like, they're shutting down national highways so they can, take an alien from the White House and take them all the way across the United States in the desert? Because that would be my guess. But it's also on a national level. It's on a world, not a national. It's on just a national level. It's on a world level. That's what I meant. Like, Italy's on lockdown, and people are sitting on their balconies and they're singing to each other, and there's kind of like this sweet justice and peace about it. But then there's countries like North Korea where you see this article that you don't know if it's true because you don't care to do the research, but people sharing it on Facebook, so it's got to be true that North Korea had a patient, which I don't know how a patient got the coronavirus because they don't go anywhere or do any travel whatsoever, period, and that they shot him dead. It's a story about North Korea that it is very believable, and I didn't even click on the link, but I'm just reporting it, and that's how rumors get started, so do your research. I don't know if that's a real story. But on a world level, everyone is going crazy about this, and like half of me is like, maybe it's just like the chicken pox when you're little, like everybody gets it and only the strong survive. But it's like also like the first patients are getting the vaccine tested for it, and I'm like, oh, do I just get it and then get better? I just turned the page, but I don't have anything on the other side besides some jokes I wrote yesterday. But what I'm saying is, like, I just got to keep doing me, like try to stay as healthy as I can, try to wash my hands as much as I do. I got special wipes that kill germs and bacteria and supposedly viruses, but they'll print anything on it. But there's people that are like scamming, gullible church goers, selling them like holy water or silver or what have you. It's wild. It's so crazy to live in this time. But I also like seeing hilarious memes about the coronavirus. So I saw like 9 people on Skype, and they were playing beer pong. 2 people were playing beer pong against each other in separate houses, but with their camera angle set up like it would be sitting across from somebody playing beer pong. I've seen some amazing people do stuff on Vine. People have been hosting more and playing video games more. And I honestly, I haven't even changed my lifestyle. The grocery store's still open. The food that I was eating, frozen foods are kind of scarce and cereals and stuff, but they're still there. But for the most part, like I'm such an introvert. I do this. I play video games. I used to go to the gym more, but it's closed. That's why I ordered these shoes. I'm gonna lose this, okay? I'm telling you, this is the cuttest cut that I'm gonna do. This is gonna be the cleanest cut that I'm gonna do for a long time. But rice and protein, okay? I don't care about your knowledge in all this stuff, nutrition. I'm just gonna do this cut and live with it. I'm probably gonna go hungry a lot, but I'm gonna endure that, become a stronger man, and look fit doing it. I don't know why. I'm just gonna close this book. Let's lean her down, So if you're watching it, but I've never seen the impact on this level. This is a Yeti mic, so it can come into this shot if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, thanks for listening on your podcast. Hey, by the way, if you're listening on podcasts, if you listen on Spotify, or if you listen on iTunes, or if you listen on this weird website that I use, let me know. Just shoot me a text, shoot me a comment, shoot me a message. Don't be putting it on my Facebook, because I'm not trying to just like, hey, my 400 friends that I like still stalk every once in a while. See, I'm getting fat in the face if you're watching, but I'm not gonna push me on them. They don't care. I don't care. If you watch it, thank you. If you're one of my friends and you watch it, which some of my friends do, I can't believe when V and Pepper watch it. Like Frankie says he watches it too. I'm amazed about that shit. But for me, it's like I'm not gonna push my product on people when it's not wanted, essentially. And plus, like, this isn't good. I'm still developing a format. I'm still developing a character, I guess. I'm still writing a lot. This is the very early stages of my career. I wish I would have had this initiative originally when I was 21, coming out of college, to 22, but then I had those bills coming up and I was working, and I was like, I'll take a real job, and then everything went downhill, and here we are today. But I wouldn't change it for the world, because I met some awesome individuals over that course of time that I don't know if I could live without, Like my original friends that I grew up with, they're great, but the people that I met along the journey of life, dude, those are the people that you don't forget. You got 9 years of backstories for 4 people that you just met 2 months ago, and I got some ride or die homies that I've known since like 2015. I've got some ride or die homies that I met in 1997. But I'm just trying to get a little healthier. I'm trying to do this cut. I'm trying to have a really good beach bod. Not that I have anything like beach-wise planned. I am going to Alaska in August unless that gets canceled. But for the most part, I want to be in healthier shape, you know. Uh, Eventually, maybe I will get a little more educated in nutrition. Maybe take a class on it, learn more about what I'm actually eating. You read internet articles here and there, and everyone's an expert in their own field. And last time I even mentioned soybeans in front of somebody, they were like, "No, I know more about soybeans than you'll ever know." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm just not gonna eat them at all." Period. But um, yeah, the world's a wild place, you know. Uh, when everyone's struggling, they still post about it. So even though we're isolated, we're still together as a nation because everyone's reacting to things that are happening through memes and videos and their TikToks and their YouTubes, and you see things that you never thought you'd see, like the WWE's performing with no audience. That's the weirdest thing anyone's ever seen. Um, who else is it? Um, John Oliver's show last week tonight. I love that show, but this show's without an audience. I'm not funny though, and I'm not, actually talking about a topic for 20 minutes. I don't have a live studio audience. I, you know, I would love to I would love to take over Conan O'Brien's spot, do a studio audience things, but people don't want to watch it on cable TV anymore. They just want it now. They want instant access. So, um, boy, he about to do it. Ha ha. LOL. That was a redhead joke. But essentially, I can't believe we're all going through this time period where a virus is like shutting down everything to the point where, you know, you're just going to have to sit in your house and deal with it. And there's some people that don't care. They just want to spread it and they don't believe it. It's crazy. Anti-vaxxers are pretty quiet. But the coronavirus is the weirdest thing that I probably lived through to this day, and I lived through Y2K, where people thought the world was going to end. And here we are, in the Mayans. People thought the world was going to end, and here we are. So, anyways, though, I'm going to call it 46 minutes. I didn't make it to an hour, but that's okay. JTofJville.com, JTofJville, Twitter, JTofJville, Instagram. Hit me up if you ever want me to talk about stuff. I can look it up. I'm going to keep reading my books. I'm going to play some video games tonight, some more COD mashing. I'm on this cut, you know. I'm going to be monitoring how much I eat, and I'm going to be running. So that's mainly 2 cups of rice and protein. So hopefully I don't drop dead, but I won't. But don't be like, you're going to die. I don't want to hear it. Just let me die. Don't let me die, but, let me endure to become fit. I'll figure it out. But JT Jville, I'm signing out. Thanks for tuning in.